Hello and welcome to Memoriapolis. Oh, Memoriapolis? Well, if you go with the ancient cities, then it's a polis, which is city in Greek, and Memoria. So, Memoriapolis. Maybe. I'm not sure. I think it's a French company who made this game. It's a city builder. And pretty unique because you don't build houses, for example. We'll see that in a second. So it's more like organic structuring of the city itself. So we're going to do a new game. We're going with classic mode, and we do the classic map for this. We probably will play the winter map when it is available in the enhanced version. Now the question is, what kind of faction do we want to represent? Do we want to have more resources here? More trade route income. Incidents are less likely. Decrease. Cultural buildings offer more satisfaction. Satisfactions are basically what makes your population happy. Or priest. Regular offerings of random resources. I don't like this. The benefit of the craftsman would be that we start with a culture character, which can increase production. So I do like this one in general. So I like to play production focus and have high population counts. So let's do this. Let's design a flag. I think we do something like this. Then we go into the Greek polis type with this. And I don't want something like this. And more dark. Yeah, like this. I like it. We're going with Corellia as our city. My name is Corliss, so let's go stick with that. And confirm here. And let's try to dive into it. So I played a bit in the early access, like some months ago. I don't recall correct when it was exactly. But I played up to the age of the third age. I think that's Renaissance. And well, I liked it pretty much, and so I know some basics. I also played now after the release. The release was on the 28th of April, so some days ago. And yesterday was a hotfix that brought it back to my attention. And I need something to relax from the Terra and Victor campaign, because that one is very exhausting. And I thought, like, okay, let's play something very calm here. And now we have to pick a starting location. We could go for the rocky plains, the roadside, the marshy plot. The river estuary is over here. Nah. Let's go to the riverside here. I think this is for us the best starting location, which is the recommended one, or one of the recommended ones. And now we have to pick our starting location with our family heritage site. Now, housing and population will automatically expand from this starting location. And they don't like to be next to production buildings. So let's talk about what we see here. We do have forests here, so we will chop wood. So it's either here and here we are going to make wood. We can get sand from the coastline here, from the river. We get stone from the mountains. We can get clay from this lake here. Also sand from here, and later on probably some other resources from the mountains. I think I never reached that point. So we need to decide already right now where we want to make our stuff. I do think that I want to flip this around a bit so that we have not two connections to this route. Instead, we are going to have one connection to the west somewhere. And we want to extend to the south here to use this one as agricultural grounds and industrial grounds, basically. And then we want to probably either make sand here or sand here for our resources. I think I want to do something like... wait a second, we do need... I think we can go further up like this. Let's build here. Oh, the first family heritage of your reign has been completed. It marks the beginning of the first era, Antiquity. Each age will come to an end when your city center has reached its fifth evolution, or when the available cycles have expired. Time is running out, and there are still a long way to go to complete the Age of Enlightenment. 9,600 cycles separate you from the final construction. So basically we have time And every turn is calculating what kind of income we have and so on. Your objective, to reach level 5 in each family heritage. Along the way, great challenges await you. Whether it's your own rebellious citizens, political groups threatening to close down the district, or your own over-hasty decisions, the loss of power is never far away. The Esplanade will always be at your side to give you the best possible advice, acting in turn as judge and executioner. Do you feel ready to face the future? Now, most of you probably don't know this game. On the right side we have resources. We currently have food for our population to grow, wood and stone as building materials. We have 20 workers, no population in the city yet. We have some memory points that's going to be important when we transition to the next age. Research points called blueprints here. And some cash, 450 gold coins. On the left side, most of the stuff is still not unlocked yet, because we need to build buildings for this. We are going to talk about that in a second. The Esplanade here will judge us how well we perform. Basically telling us what we need to achieve. Resource points, population, satisfaction, faction powers, and building points. We are going to go into that later when we unlock these parts. And then we have the building tree here, which we will unlock or use when we have reached the second era in the Antiquity. So we have to get there, for which we need to improve our village center here, for which we need wood and stone and 100 money, but most importantly 90 population in the village. Because we don't have population yet, we don't need to produce food. So we can focus on producing our raw materials. And we only have available right now the surveyor's cabin, which is expanding our construction area, basically. And we have the stone, wood, and food production buildings. We are going to start with wood, and we are going to make wood here. We want to have 2 wood buildings, so we are going to build a cutting camp. Then we make another one. How do we want to do it over here? Nah, let's make it here. Put it here. And then we have enough workers. We go into a quarry. And ideally even a second one. We probably can't. We can only make one here. So we make one. Maybe we can't even fit that. We have to see. But now the turns are proceeding here. The buildings will finish up eventually. And then the production can start. And now the population already is spreading here. With small huts and a field. And our food is now going down slowly. Now we could... Now we are too far away from this mountain range already for food stone production. Which means we need to build our surveyor's cabin here to unlock more construction area. This one will also be... Because we're going to make the farm eventually here in the south. So let's build it like... We don't need to go too far into the mountains. So let's just make it like this. In 2 turns it's finished. And we can dive into the quarries here. So we need 3,600. Of course, we want to have as much as possible here. 3,942. Sounds nice. Let's make a quarry. We can't make another one. And we don't need to do the farm yet, even though our food is going down quickly. We definitely want another quarry. As soon as we have the workers. We potentially do it here as well. Come on, come on, come on. Give me another worker. There we are. And now we want to place it... like here. Now the first quarry is going to finish. And we are going to put our worker, culture character that we have started with in here. To get a bit more stone production going. 25% more. Therefore producing 4. The other will produce 3. And now we actually only need to put the farm down when we have 6 workers. And then we have to save up for the upgrade of our main buildings. So this farm will be around here. The farm then will expand its production outwards here with farms. We can see that in a second. And now we just need to wait until we have 90 population and 150 stone here. Which means we have to wait around 10 turns. And then we have the stones. Meanwhile, we can talk about what else we are going to need to do. For example, we want to have, for example, the reserve to have more capacity for our resources. We want to have politics to do some kind of decrease in our city, which improve, for example, production or migration. So migration is the stuff that grows our population. And then urban planning, which is gold income, now house, so skills and whatever. I'm not sure what this is. It seems to be new. And the defense in the antiquity, which we need eventually, just to have a safe and prospering city. And these ones we need to research. So we already know the production buildings here and the surveyor's cabin here. And then there are culture buildings, which we want to get as well. I'm going to talk about them next. And then we have these 4 buildings here, which are providing us with unlocking some of these abilities here. The Monumentum, for example, unlocks the rampart, the wall around the city. And the Horium here will unlock a stockpile, therefore giving us a lot more stuff. However, we do need a faction installed in our city with a power of 8. And how do we get a faction? Well, we get that by building cultural buildings, for which we need to research the cultural buildings here. And therefore, to get the Horium here, we want to have the production faction unlocked, for which we need a production culture building, the ceramic workshop here. Therefore, this one will be our first goal. The second one will be the Macellum, then the Senatus, then the Monumentum. Which means we are going to unlock cultural buildings for these 4 factions first. But we need some stuff beforehand. First of all, we need to, of course, grow our city here. And our first farm here is now almost done. As you can see here, now it's done. And it produces 6 food. That should almost be enough to get us out of our food shortage. Perfect. And we can now improve our city. And that will take 10 turns. We can speed it up a bit here. And wait until that is done. And then we can proceed in the next phase of the Antiquity era. There we go. You have access to the production buildings architectural office. That's something we're going to build immediately. We can now research the cultural buildings that we just talked about. We can get the statue of the founders because I was an early access user. And now we have to keep an eye on our satisfaction levels here. And then we get factions as well in this phase. So let's get started. First of all, what we need to unlock is the new production building, the architectural office. That's for 0 cost here, so that's cheap. And we also definitely want to upgrade this to the tier 2 as fast as possible. But that costs us 30 workers. We are far away from this. However, maybe not yet. Now, we want to unlock these 4 service buildings here. So we are going to start with the ceramic workshop. And the other one is the Macellum so we need the commercial building, which is the Via Edificium. Let's buy this one as well. And now we have to get these ones down, actually. So they are going to be relatively expensive, as we can see here. And we actually need sand and clay, which are new resources that got unlocked here. And these ones will be here. So I can show you why I know that. Because there is a filter here for resources. For example, well, there's forest, of course, we know. There's stone in the mountains here. That's the map edge, so can't go further. And there's sand here. And there's clay here. Therefore, we are going to build and expand in this direction and therefore use this stuff there. For which we need another surveyor cabin. And we're going to put that down about here. Take 2 turns. And we have found something. We have found ruins here. These ruins would be a religious building if we were to repair them. But we don't need to repair them. We can just destroy them and get sand from it. Some stone and wood. All nice. And then we would also get 144 money. And that's definitely what we want to do here. Now we got 112 sand. That's really nice already. The ceramic workshop requires 93, so we can drop this down relatively quickly now. Actually, when we have the workers for it. And we now want to get the clay and sand production going as fast as possible. That's a question. We could also first make the cultural building when the construction is done here. Do we want to do this though? Might be interesting. 17 workers. So we could deactivate this cutting camp temporarily and then we can already decide where to put it. Because then we will be quicker with making our first faction. Now we want to have the 4 factions that I talked about as quickly as possible. So we need areas where they are not competing with each other. So this one would be production. Here we would have commerce. Then we would have the other one here and the 4th one around here. Maybe. I think that's a good idea. So we put it down. Can we get adjacencies to all 3? Yeah, like this. Now we can pick the satisfactions that they are providing. It always provides health, this ceramic workshop. Health will reduce the food upkeep, food costs of our population. We also have safety, which reduces incidents in our districts. We have belonging, which increases production. We have esteem, which increases gold. And we have creativity, which reduces construction time. Now for us, most importantly in the beginning is, in the end, belonging here, because we want to have production. The safety is also quite nice, so these belonging and safety are going to be most important. Esteem is not that important because we don't make money at the beginning. So let's focus on belonging to keep our production as high as possible, because when our population grows, this one will go down and then the bonus will go away. So we get belonging for another 68 population and 157 health for population here. Confirm. In 10 turns this one will be done. And now we can already dive into the next quarry. We can slow down on the wood production here, definitely. Now we need to turn this building around again. And now we want to go for clay. And as we see, the best clay output actually is here. So we're going to do this. Oh no, sand. Sorry. No, clay. We want to go for clay. Yeah. Here. And then we need the other quarry for the sand next to it as well. When we have the 8 workers again. And now the cultural building is done. And immediately the first faction wants to move into the city. And we are going to get... Oh, I forgot something. But it's not bad. We got the Heliots now. We are going to stop taxing them to get more trust with them. So the trust goes up. And I think that also yields to more power for them. And with the power, we are going to unlock new buildings that we can research. And most importantly, at 40 here, we get a wonder based from them. And of course, we also get the Horarium here at power 8. We have to wait until they reach that level, for which they need to get more population under their control. Now we need to get the architectural office down. 10 workers here, which will be done by temporarily deactivating the other thing there. And we're putting it over here at the border of the mountains. So something like here. And it will produce blueprints. And we are going to put the cultural character in there for more output, basically. So let's do this. Here we go. Increase production. Because blueprints is something we really struggle to get because it's a very limited resource here. But now we are producing science. And now the next one will be the other quarry. Oh, wait a second. This one is producing clay, and now we want sand. Sand. Yeah, like here. Sand as well. Awesome. And here we go. And now we just have to get our wood production back online again. Oh, wait a second. We can investigate first. What do we actually need to upgrade now? We need sand and clay. We're producing it now. We need wood and stone. That's no problem. We need 300 population. We are roughly 2/3 of the way. So, we want to produce again some wood again. When we have the population, we need 8. There we go. Bring it back online again. And now we have to just wait for more workers. And we are going to put the Via Edificium down next. This one will also provide us with health bonuses. So we are going to put it here. 15 workers are necessary. And we can actually stop producing stone here because as we can see here, we are at the capacity. So we can just deactivate both of these quarries, get the workers, and build the edificium here. And let's see where we exactly want to put it because we want to have at least these 2 quarters here, districts. Build it. And now let's now safety we will. Let's also do belonging here to get more production. I think that's the most important thing right now. But now that we have these 2 down, let's go back into the research here. So we have the ceramic workshop and the Via Edificium for the commerce. So production and commerce. So these 2 will be unlocked eventually. Now let's go political and military. Political is this one. So let's unlock it. And military is the arena. Let's unlock it as well. And then we have research points left actually to do the upgrade of the architectural office already, even though we don't have the workers for this. But now we want to bring these 2 other things onto the map. Temporarily we can again reactivate the quarry here to produce some stone again. Next one will be the arena, for which we need 17 workers. So we wait until we are at 9 population. There we are. We can deactivate the quarry again and put down the arena. Can we get 3 adjacencies? Yes, we can. Maybe we can't. No, we can. There we are. We get safety from this one. We have health. We have enough health. We do have decent amount of belonging for now. Safety, we would get a massive chunk here now. So creativity is the next one we are concerned about here. To reduce building construction times. Therefore, push everything up a bit. And now we actually need to see. We want the forum next. 21 workers, 131 wood and 218 stone. So we do have the resources, but we don't have the population to work it. And then we also want to go into the next upgrade here, for which we need only 300 population, and we are close to this already. So it's basically a question of what would we want to invest into. Either upgrading our main building to get to the next era. Not era, but next phase of the antiquity. Or do we first want to build the fourth culture building? I'm somewhat leaning towards the building the forum here next with 21 workers. Yeah, let's do this. So we deactivate the cutting camp here and bring down the forum. It's a bit large, that's why. Ooh, can we somehow fit that here? Whew, that's a really massive run there. Oh, we can go in there like this. Okay, so this would be nice. Built. We get esteem. We don't care about esteem, but we care about belonging again. So let's make even more belonging here to keep our production as high as possible. Now we have to start producing wood again. And there's already action in the arena here. We have sound effects from there. And afterwards we have to... Ooh, we have to... Yeah, we need to bring our quarries back online again. Quickly. And we do have a culture character available again. So this one is still working. And I think we put that into the quarry again. Here we go. Everything is... And there we are. Next faction. We accept it as well. The hoplites are moving in. And... I don't know, that was the wrong one. Factions. We are also freeing the hoplites from taxation here. As we can see, the Helioites are already at strength 5 now. And unlocking the Crucial Koion, which is a cultural building. And here, one that provides us 175 health already. So we also get the notification for this. But we don't really have anything to build those ones right now. And now the question is, we just need more stone and more wood, but wood isn't a problem here, so we just activate the quarry as well. And afterwards we activate the cutting camp here. What has happened? A carnival and city celebrations. Very nice. And now we can activate the cutting camp as well. And when we have the stone in a few turns, there we are. Now we go to the level 3 of the antiquity here. Awesome. And we have multiple celebrations now. There we go. Now we get access to the stonemason, carpentry, and the area. Actually, didn't we get the statue of the founders? Yes. And this one we can build somewhere. Let's build it here. It provides us with a 100 attraction, so people want to live close to it. Counteracts a bit the cutting camps that we have here, but they will be cutting down all the forests we have here eventually, so that won't be a problem. But now we have 19 workers again, and we have to see what we need to do next. We need wooden beams and cut stones for level 4. We have our faction buildings, the culture buildings on the map. But of course we are not yet ready for the service buildings here, because we don't have anyone at level 8 yet. But they are close. Helioids are at 7 already. So the Horium is on the horizon here. But for the Horium we would need 100 wooden beams, 100 cut stones. We are not there at all. And 500... Oh no, that's the stockpile. Sorry, stockpile. We only need wood and clay. Clay is no problem. Wood wouldn't be a problem. So how can we solve this? We just make another wood cutter here. Easy peasy. Migration is nice. Going up nicely. And we found something again. We found another education building. And it's here. We are not going to use this one. So we are also going to demolish this one. We get 200 clay from it. 200 stone, 250 wood. So we don't need to do this right now because we can't stockpile the clay here. So we can do that when we need the clay. So later on we are going to do this when we actually need the resources. So right now our problem is purely wood and 375. We could consider to make a fourth one temporarily. For example, to cut down these forests over here. Just to get more wood. Stone is nice. Oh, we do have another cultural worker. Yeah, the architectural office has expired. But we also want to upgrade this one, for which we also need stone. I think this one has priority here. We need 30 workers. So we can actually stop the sand and clay mining because we are at capacity. Therefore, improve on these ones. Then we have still 16 left. And question is, what do we want to do with those 16? And the Horium is now unlocked, for which we need to research it. Therefore, buy it. And service Horium 375. It will provide us with 275 health and 2 other effects. I do think I want to build the Horium over here. Somewhere here or here. But for this, we would need to expand our... Oh, no, we don't need to. Our capital has expanded naturally. So that's nice. So we just need basic resources right now. 375 wood. Whew. That's really a lot. And we already have 4 cutting camps here. But do we want to just make one more? I mean, we can deactivate them again. And it just costs a marginal amount of resources, so why not? We could just put one over here. Get more wood production going. And 375, which means in about six turns we have enough wood for the Horium to be built. Here we go. We can build the Horium. And we would get more attraction to these factions here. And I think I'm going to make it around here. No, let's put it here, out of the way of this one, because that's going to be other factions. We don't want to have conflict this way. There we go. We get health. Health is decent. Belonging again is down the drain, and the other one would be safety, but there's safety. Let's pick it. And now we already should investigate to start producing the higher tier wooden beams and cut stones with the next workers. We have to research them first. Okay, so production, stonemason, carpentry. Here we are. What do we need for those? Some wood, some stone. Easy. Some wood, some stone. And 16 worker in total. So we could just... We have 8 here. Let's deactivate this quarry. And get the carpentry going and the other one. And let's put them over here. Maybe let's put them here. Like this. But that's the carpentry. That's the carpentry and the stonemason next to it. Do we have a shortage somewhere? No. Wood is fine for the moment. And we have a fire. And we can use our culture character military here to get rid of it. And we are going to do this. So stop the incident here. I have to press it. Extinguish. Bye-bye. When the Horium is done, we can actually do the event here with the... What's that? Creative Minds, Presidium. Ah, that's the next building from them. Presidium is unlocked and we got the Agalma workshop. We are going to do the ruins here next. Oh, our one cultural character again has expired. This one already has one here. So we are going to continue stone production. Just to get a bit more out of it. What's that? Upcoming visits. The citizens of the Esplanade will soon observe your progress on a variety of issues. Okay, we can investigate this in a second. We want to get rid of the ruins here, for which we need 10 workers. So just wait 2 or 3 turns here. And there's the next faction. Accept it. And also free it from taxation. Plebeians of Rome. That's a political faction. We still need the 4th one. We got the character... Attractive faction of the age. Apply to cultural districts. Ooh, we can use that here. Apply to cultural districts. How does it work? Decline. If we were to increase the satisfaction here, we can't. Apply to cultural district. They immediately attract the faction of the age. Cultural districts. Aren't these districts with cultures? Or maybe it has to need 2? No. Okay, I'm not sure how these ones... Oh, we can make it here where it's none. Aha. So we can just spawn someone here. We could... Do we want to, though? I don't think so. We can use that for the next faction that we maybe eventually need. And now with 10 workers, we can get rid of these ruins here. We do have enough stone, and we do have an income of wooden beams and cut stones now. Nice. We still need to... Oh no, this one is upgraded. So the question now is, what do we need to do next? First of all, we should check the Esplanade here. So our first evaluation is at turn 300, and we are far beyond expectations. So we are far ahead here. Really nice. And we can continue here. So next would be the production of... Or getting to 900 population, actually. And getting the other service buildings unlocked. For which we need the factions to have enough power. Hoplites are relatively close now. These ones are also closing into 100 trust. Then we can go back into taxation. But we do have enough money from the ruins that we discovered. And we got 4 coins apparently because we were exceeding expectations here. So let's continue. Let's check our values here. Our food is fine, although we need a second farm soon. Safety is... belonging is also rough. As we can see here, our values are terrible. That's why we need these service buildings unlocked. Because these ones unlock skills, or rather stockpiles like the reserve here. So we can see what actually they are producing. The next one we can get is the hoplite building, which is the monumentum. The monumentum will be fortifications, medium size. So actually, do we maybe need to expand in this direction? Yeah, probably, because we want to get over the river eventually as anyway. So let's build this here. And expand our reach already. 25 workers. We should start again the production here until we do not need it anymore. Also the stone quarry here. More resources is better than no resources. And we do need another farm in about 100 to 200 population. Come on, you just need to get one more power. Military guys, please. Oh, wait a second. Ah, we don't have the commercial faction yet, so we can actually attract it here. Yes, that's why. So let's do it. And then we... Ah, that's the purpose of these guys. And now we have the merchants enabled. We also free them from taxation, so they build the trust up. And the culture character used on service commercial buildings, they are used to trade with trade routes. Okay, we don't have trade routes yet unlocked. But now we have all 4 factions enabled. We have another celebration, which increases population growth. That's good. And everything else is proceeding. So we just need to wait until, there we are, until the monumentum is unlocked. And we are going to buy it. And we are going to build it. For which we need 25 workers again. Which we don't have, but we only need 1 more. Okay. And we get a lot of safety from it. And whatever we want to pick here. Now we are going to continue in this direction with our military stuff. So let's actually build it over... we want to, of course, make the factions that already exist more happy. Maybe something like this. Then we get 2 districts satisfied. 2. Nah, I think we can only get 2 here. Built. We get 275 safety. We want to have belonging again. And health is fine. Let's do creativity here. Awesome. Culture character is available. Yeah, this one expired. It'd be nice if you get a tooltip or a question if you want to keep it going, basically. Because that would be my standard option. At least for this one, I would keep 1 character constantly on the research point production. Sadly, we don't have any production bonus currently. The stat here can be done. What is the stat here? Stat here is maintain order within the city, but it needs tiles already, which we don't have yet because that's the next era. And the Helioids also got us the Algama workshop. We can check them out. So Algalma workshop was health. And stat here is safety with +2. This is only safety. Stat here might be interesting to get safety up. And we have the evolution path here. So we would need to get the other buildings in the other eras. But we don't have the tiles yet. So the roof tiles. We don't have that yet. Because for this we need to get to the 4th one here. To unlock the tiles production. But everything is progressing nicely now. However, we do need more stone. And I think it's worth investigating if we maybe want to upgrade the quarry. Because the quarry upgrades have a higher range to get resources from. And they increase the stockpiles, which is also nice. There's only 160 wood and 250 science. That's not a lot. So let's do this. And these ones increase in efficiency, which is also not bad. But let's be conservative with our research points. And instead, we upgrade these ones here. Actually, let's make a new quarry over here. Yeah, this one has a lot of stone here. Stone. And then we upgrade this one to level 2. And we are running out of food slowly. For which we should consider a new farm. So we build one over here. So that we never run out of food. And keep growing. Keep growing, growing, growing. And let's build this one to 2 as well. And there we just went up to 11,000 from 5,000. This one as well. This one will run out eventually. That's fine with me. This one will also run out soon. And now we need to increase production here as well. And we are getting close to 900 actually. The Hellier. What is the Hellier? It got us unlocked. The Hellier is Esteem with 2 upgrade paths. It's a small one. That's quite nice. But that here is medium size. It's uncool. But we're not going to research this stuff right now. Instead, we of course want to have more of these ones. Do we maybe want to upgrade 500 each? Yeah, let's do this because what we see here is that the efficiency increases. 21 wood to 3 to 24 to 4. So basically this is 1 to 7. This one is 1 to 6. In the same time frame. So we could just improve these ones here. We do have the resources currently. And then we can afterwards do the upgrade to tier 4 here. And we are up to 70 of each. Wood is almost full. So we can slow down on wood production if we want to. The farm is done. So actually we might want to consider... Now, we are not there yet for the next cultural buildings. These ones would provide us with which bonuses? Reduces the risk of incidents in adjacent neighborhoods. Maybe we should also make an area like here. And maybe also one over here. like here. And one here. And then one on the left side as well. Oh, we don't have the workers, okay. Just to reduce the risk of incidents in our realm. So that do we actually need 7 workers to upkeep them, or is it just construction? 7. Ah, well, worth investment, I guess. Because incidents could be something like fires or diseases and whatever. We don't want that. Proletarian. The merchants. Ah, they are on 5 now, okay. We are now producing quite nice amounts of wooden beams and cut stones. And we just need to wait for the increase to 70 cut stones here. So about 18 turns until we have this. Oh, the Senators is done. So we can unlock this one. 22 workers, which we don't have currently. However, we can trim down our wood production to get to 22. And now we want to Senators, of course, also in this direction here, where we already have political factions. Actually, maybe we should just demolish this one. And then make the Senators in this place here. Bye-bye. So... maybe... maybe here? Maybe here. Let's put it here. Okay, we get esteem. We don't really care about esteem. Safety and health are fine. So belonging again and creativity. And we are close to the next year. Oh, wait a second. We got... where's that? A military building. Nah. We are going to remove this one. But let's check our factions, actually. So the Helioids are at 100 trust now. So we can tax them a bit. They at 77. Still going up. We get 0.79 money from them per 5 turns. So not a lot. And we can now improve this one. And when we have 10 population, we are going to remove these ruins here. Assuming we don't run... yeah, we need the stones. Except... we're really short on stones currently. And in 5 turns, we have reached the 4th age here. Not 4th age, but 4th heritage in the Antiquity. We now get the brickwork, the tilery, and the plateau. Plateau is basically the same. No. Where's the plateau? Oh, we need to research it? We have these ones. Culture room. Where's the plateau? First of all, we need to research these ones. That's easy. What would the upgrades cost? We maybe want to do the brickwork upgrades immediately. Maybe. That's a lot of money. So wonders are getting unlocked by the factions, for which we also need the other factions as well. That's something we need to focus on now. If we want to have a chance to get all 6 wonders on the map, then we need the other factions as well. I'm still confused. Where is the one that they told me that I have access to now? We have now the Domos available. New senators. Ah, yeah, we have this. Ah. Politics. We can now do politics. For 200 golds, we would stop migration. Nah, that's not something we want. Oh, 200 coins. Ugh. That's a lot of money. And what could we get here? Closing gates, increasing safety, weekly ceremonies, migration. That's nice. Creativity, construction and improvement time. Purchase value of the goods is decreased by 20%. Sales value is increased by 20%. More gold coins. Wood production, quarry production, health satisfaction. Now, we don't want anything like this right now. Instead, we need to... Where is the planitia? Am I super confused? Surveyor's cabin. Oh, is that an upgrade? Wait a second. Is that an upgrade? No. I will find out eventually. The ramparts we could make... Oh. Must be connected to the family heritage. Select the starting one for your next rampart. Okay. Select the entities to be surrounded by the rampart. Oh, we can make a wall. I see. Okay, so we can... If we were to do it like this... Okay, we can't, but 148 construction time. Yeah, sure. Sure, so just for me... Reduces the risk of incidents. Decreases the need for health and safety for 20%. Reduces the occurrence of negative malfunctions by 50%. Increases taxation by 50%. Ay. Okay, let's start again. So we start here. Let's assume we... Wait a second. Cancel. The faction we are already taxing is this one. So if we were to... The Helioids are rare. Factions? These are the Helioids, right? Yes. Okay, in the north we have the Helioids. So would it be possible for us to, for example, do this? Yes, but we don't have the stone. Okay. So we could build the ramparts around our already taxed population. We need to increase production here again. Let's go down and beat here. Before we do this, we need to bring our other production online. For which we need the tilery and the brickwork. And we need to get away from our city centers here. So basically, I think I want to expand my reach here. If we were to upgrade the surveyor's cabin. Yeah, that's 100 meters we are going to do this. So, improve. We're going to rate this out, and then we can build the construction buildings behind the other ones here to get far away as possible from the population center. Here we go. We do have the workers. No, we don't, but that's fine. So, tilery. Like here. Temporarily deactivate this. No. We can't deactivate this one. This one. Tilery and brickwork. Here. And then we have the new production running. And the... We want a new cutting camp here. Actually, we can just keep this running. But we need less wood. We need more stone. Yeah, we need a lot more stone. Whew. What do they consume? Converts 21 clay to 3 bricks. 21 sand to 3 tiles. So this also tells me that we need to upgrade these quarries here. For which we need more population again. For which we can just simply deactivate these 2 cutting camps temporarily here. And upgrade these 2. Threat of Macedonia. An emissary brings you a letter from the King of Macedonia, who wishes to conquer territory in order to gain access to the Aegean Sea. He plans to lay siege to Amphipolis and the neighboring Greek city and sees you as a key ally. You have the necessary soldiers, and the Greek cities have coveted resources, but weakening these cities in order to exploit them could be harmful in the long term. You could also seek political and religious support to moderate the king's ambition. The choice is yours and will shape the future. Live up to your convictions. So if we choose to help the kingdom, we get -3 safety for 50 cycles. This choice would allow you to develop your military infrastructure. 20 food. Let's do the defend. Yeah, we can't afford 10 coins. No way. But we can afford 20 food per 50 cycles. That's easy. And I don't want to reduce safety. So now we are still positive afterwards. Ooh, the Macellum is unlocked. So this one needs to be done as ASAP. Macellum here. That's the last one. And we don't have the workers as expected. So we just remove this one as well. And we can... In a bit, we can make the Macellum, exactly. Now, this one was the trader faction, right? So the trader faction was over here, yeah. So how about... I put you down here. We get health again. Safety is okay. Belonging, we are far away from whatever. So let's put safety and belonging in there. And the last upgrade here to 5 would be 1,800 population, 400 money, everything. What's this? Ah, the event is underway. Okay. And let's see where we are currently. We are here, and we already basically progressed between the intermediary evaluation. Very good. We want to... population satisfaction is a problem in here. And resource points is also low. Interesting. But that's something we can fix easily. Now we got these upgrades going. We want more belonging. And we want the other factions. So. we do have these 4 factions. So military, commercial, production, political. This will lead to Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, Sassi de Matera, Italian Forum, Circus Maximus. But we do not get the Library of Alexandria, and we don't get the Statue of Zeus. So for these 2, we still need to get the cultural buildings here. So education and religious. Education and religious. These 2 here. And we only have these 2 available to do this. Because we are apparently not getting any from the other factions. Wait a second, what do we get from the request again? I think it was commercial. So not the ones we need. So we're gonna go do these 2. And we're gonna try to find a location where we put them. So something like here, maybe? And here? How about that? For which we would need a surveyor's cabin there. But we lack the workers as usual. We do have a culture character though. Ooh, we can spawn immediately a faction. That's nice. Cultural production. So let's bump up our stone production again. And expand our reach here. Actually, we maybe don't need that even. But still, that would be nice to get rid of the forest here, so... Do we need to? I don't think we need to. So, we want to do the Escapilium and the Agog Center. That's a lot of population we need. That should be fine. We're producing everything now. Okay, request from a faction. Promote the decree Panem et Circenses. Request ends in 30 cycles. Promote the decree Panem et Circenses. Panem and Circenses. This one. Increase the health satisfaction of... Oh, okay. Let's do this. So we're gonna submit it. 100 gold. That's a lot, of course. Can we already trade? No, the McCallum is almost done. How does that work? In one turn we get the result, apparently. So, they're getting voted on or something? Okay. So, 2 factions voted in favor. The plebeians voted against it, but it is in action. Oh, its trust in you increased drastically. Well, they were already at maximum trust, so... Wait. Okay, so we maybe don't want to go to maximum trust here with the Heliites. So we can... Let's just stop increasing trust here for a bit. Agasterian. Bustling economic center just for its district, but for entire turn. Let's... Agasterian. Let's check it out. Agasterian. Ah, it's the last one here. 210 health. We don't care. So the next priority is actually the 2 other cultural buildings which we don't have yet. And the edict is in place. That's good. Our food is still positive. So now we just need workers. Agasterian is done. Officia pecuniaris, so the money offici. Also providing only health. We don't need health. That's not our... It's the least of our problems here. We want more population to work in our culture buildings. So, let's start with this one. Now, here is our food production. So, we probably just do it over here. Because these ones will be gone eventually. So, let's put it here. So, we do get creativity. Let's do belonging again. No, we get belonging from the other one. So let's do safety again. And then the last one will be the escapilium. 19 workers. That's a lot of stuff to do. So what can we stop? These ones are barely positive. Ay, 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 they're getting consumed like crazy. Minus 21. So they get... we are barely positive on these ones. Ooh. I'm surprised. So we maybe need to up our production there as well. Which is annoying. Okay, now let's get rid of this quarry here temporarily, and then we can make the... we can't. We need 19, okay. The Esculapium. Esculapium we put down here. We get belonging, and I want to have more... Yeah, let's just go safety here. And as soon as there is something like a housing getting planted down here, we can attract affection. Okay, third of Macedonia. Your defense was a success. Inspired by your example, other cities rallied to the cause of the oppressed. The Greek cities resisted valiantly, inflicting heavy losses to the king, who lost an eye in battle. In gratitude, the leader of Amphipolis, Verona, and Methone sent you the plans for a building, a symbol of your commitment to justice and the well-being of your people. We get the Ludus Magnus in the building tree. And the Ludus Magnus is what? This one. Oh, it's an education building. And we immediately got it, so maybe we don't want to build this one. So we are just going to remove it again. The Ludus Magnum is, of course, much better. But we need a lot more stuff. So we're going to leave, we're just going to let it be here. We are going to build the Ludus Magnum instead, when we can. So we do need more clay, right? More clay. More clay. More clay. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, no, so far nobody's settling next to here, sadly. Okay. Theron from the Helios would like to help them extend the influence of their culture. Promote the decree pickaxe strengthening. Ooh, that's maybe not a bad idea. Pickaxe strengthening for just 100 coins? Why not? Let's increase the quarry production. We need that. So let's do this. Decree accepted. Did the other faction lose something through this? No, it didn't. Ah, there we are. We now have here the religious district. And we are going to attract a faction here. We are going to accept it immediately. And also we are going to stop taxing it. Awesome. And now we have a culture character. Can be assigned to factions to increase their output in gold coins. So how do we do this? So the best income are the hoplites here. We can put them here to good works. 50% more stuff. Yes, please. I would like that. Very much. And our culture corrector is again available, so we are going to push more science output again. Now. We still need the last faction to be unlocked. And we need a lot more resources. So we want the... Can we do... Yeah, we can demolish this one. Ludus Magnum. 23 workers. And we need more wood, actually. So we need to start producing wood again like crazy. To get started in this direction. Okay. But we can slow down on these stone production. Oh, it's here. Upcoming visits, okay. That's fine. Now we have the stone. The wood, I mean. Yes. But we don't have the workers, so we can free up this one. And we free up this one. And now we can make the Ludus Magnum. Oh, it's not that big, actually. So how about... How about we actually make a surveyor cabin here? And then we build the other one there. Here. Like here. We get creativity and we take belonging again for more output if we can. I need more money. Really. A lot more money. Ooh. This would be tough. We need so much more wood. Yeah, we need so much more wood. So we should actually make another cutting camp here somewhere. Like here. Get rid of these trees. Promote to decree curfew. That sounds bad. Oh, we can make trade routes now, I forgot. Curfew? Oh no, increases safety satisfaction. Let's do this. 100 coins as well. There we are. And let's set up a trade route. I forgot about this. So, how does it work? Refill 1% of your resource per cycle within the city's maximum stock limit. They are locked. So we can only do reset here. 1 gold coin every 5 cycles. Gold coins from trade route. Okay, we have to send him somewhere. Okay, we can sell stuff. Buy or sell. And we get wealth per unit or cash per unit. So we could, for example, sell something like... can we do shift or something? Okay, but we can type it in. Okay, let's for example sell 200 stone here. And we would get 480 gold. That's that's nice. And it would take us 20 cycles, and within this we get 1% of resource per cycle within the city's maximum stock limit. Really? Or is it just once? Whatever. Let's trade it. We are selling 200. Bam. And that made us a lot of money, which we can use on the votes. Perfect. And we get the vote. Perfect. So, Esplanade. We really need to work on our population satisfaction. That's the biggest problem we currently have. Everything else is proceeding way ahead of schedule here. So we really need to just work on satisfaction things. Funny. Is it calculated though? Population satisfaction. Looks at well-being, so everyone wants everyone to live as well as possible, set of the population, average of all satisfaction in the city, increase population, and build cultural buildings to meet alliance demands. Population satisfied, 619. Okay, so we just have to, in general, supply enough satisfaction for our population. And because we have esteem and creativity relatively low, these are, of course, a problem. I see. We could use... Oh no, it's a cultural character. I thought we can use our... Ah yeah, we can use the culture character here to reduce the worker count if we want to. Now we have all of the service buildings in play. And all of this is going nicely as well. So now the question is, how do we get to wonders? I know that we just need enough power on the faction. They are at 31 already. And at 40 we get the Sassi de Matera. They make a request here as well. So we can wait until they make a request. Let's see what they want to build. And then here the Sassi de Matera would cost us 675 wood and stone, 675 sand and clay, 56 of the other things. And 500 money. Yeah, the problem that I see is our limit on cut stones and bricks. No, wait a second. No, that's not a problem. We do have those. And the other ones here are safe as well. Yeah, okay. We do have the resource limits to do this, actually. So we could get started on a wonder as soon as we have reached power 40 on one of the factions here. So that's really good. And yeah, I think we make a cut here. In the next episode, we are going to build wonders of the antiquity before we progress in the next age. And the progression here is, of course, tied to the population count, but well, can we upgrade to level 5 and then... I'm not sure if does it end immediately? Maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Wait a second, we can check that here, the codex. So, erosion of time, limits of cycle, esplanade. Types, factions, cultural classifications, no. Research. Ancient politics. Memory points. The more cultural buildings built, the greater the additional gain certain events can give. Factions offer a certain number of them. How does an age end? Okay, so imagine cycles. Each age has a limit of cycles. Once the current age family heritage reaches maximum level 5, you can manually choose to move to the next age. Okay. So we can go to level 5 and then decide to end the age. Do the turns get converted over? The cycles you have saved will then be carried forward and added to the cycle limit of the next age. You can move around. Your current demolitions, construction, improvements, and developments are immediately completed except for wonders. Okay, so we have to start constructing the wonders And we have to calculate if we can finish them within the age limit, turn limit. And they require us to... How many turns do they cost? 150 turns. If we can get the creativity higher, we would maybe get the benefit of having faster construction. Even though it's a maximum 15%, so that's not too much. But still, 15% is, instead of 150 turns, we only wait like 120? 30? 130, something like this. Between 120 and 130. The thing is, where would we build them? So we could try to get over here, so we would need to make one here. No. We could make one here. Yeah. So build a wonder here to expand on the other side. This will be tough. We would need to make one here, and then another one here, and then build the wonder there. Then we have 2 done. The third one could be here. And the fourth one could be down here. If we get 4 wonders. If we get 4. I think 4 is realistic. 6 will not be possible with the remaining time limit, because we have to get started on all these wonders within the next 200 turns, basically. Else it will be a problem. But well, now we... Actually, we maybe should make another decree here. We can set up 2 of them. And I think the increase esteem satisfaction by 4 every cycle. So we should keep these ones running. Or increase migration. We could do the creativity here. 5 gold coins per cycle. So let's do the public causes here to increase our... Wait a second, what's the lowest one? Esteem is the lowest one. Yeah, let's do the esteem one now. So this is this one. And actually let's do it like for 50 turns. So we get a total of 200 esteem from this. Increase, yeah. Yep. Submit. We do have the money there. Perfect. And we can't do more trades, right? Because we don't have commercial characters. Yep. But still, this one is ongoing. Well, now we make a cut. Leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next episode.